Right, because it's such a nice day today, I thought I'm gonna take you on a van tour, show you the outside and the inside and how I live. So let's get started. Right, let's start out with the front, shall we? So this is a 2002 2.8 Iveco Daily box van. Very reliable, even though it's been standing for quite some time. Every time I want to go somewhere, it jumps on straight away. So it started straight away. It's absolutely amazing. I've been painting it, repainting it last year. It was a lot of work, but it worked out brilliantly. What else to say to the front? We have redone the front seats a little bit. Oh boy. which were double seats before, but since we had to do a breakthrough to go from the front to the back without having to go out of the van, we decided to take the seats out and put a single seat in, which worked out brilliantly because my dogs, when we drive, one is laying in the middle and here, and one is being down here on the bottom, which is the other blanket for. So yeah, they're gonna squeeze with us in the front. They don't want to be in the back. As I thought at the beginning, I'm gonna have to have boxes for them in the back so they can drive properly, but they would just whinge. They would just whinge, wouldn't they? Yeah, so we have two seats in the front to have more space for the dogs, basically. Yeah, and that is the front bed. Not really much to say about it. Everything's very old, obviously. 2002 van. And yeah, let's hop on to the back. Right, let's go and check the grey water tank. So on the left side here we have the grey water tank. It's 45 liters and has been held on with straps, which are working really good. Not had any trouble yet with them. They're connected to the chassis, so I don't know why it doesn't focus. It's probably too close. There you go. Yeah, the light is not that brilliant to do videos right now because it's very blinding. Anyways, there is a tab which I use to empty the grey tank, and I'm gonna put a nozzle on it, like a little pipe, to be able to fill this into bottles, because we're obviously not gonna let it out on the street. So that's that part. And then right next to it we have the inlet fill for the gas tank. Oops. Right, so that's the nozzle for the gas tank to fill up. Really easy to handle because it's on the same side of the fuel tank. And that goes into the middle with some cables going around, with some pipes, not cables. One is going, oops, I got my filming position is not very good. So that one goes up straight through the floor to the boiler, which I'm going to show you in a minute. And I'm going to hop down and show you the gas tank. Right, so here we have the gas tank hidden underneath the spare tire, and that the connectors for all this are in here. So every time I want to, and the gas tank is manual, which was a very stupid move, but that's what it came to, our decision, which I would do differently. Next time I would buy a gas tank, I would do it all electric. That's the on-off valve, and as the manual fill, it looks like it's empty for now, but it's not, because we have to adjust it properly still. So I'm still having gas, but it needs to run out so we can adjust it properly so it goes to 0. And we haven't done that properly yet. So then obviously that goes out to the fill valve, which is connected up there, and that's the grey tank over there. So yeah, so that's the gas tank in there. Oh yeah, the liters is a 40 liter gas tank. Fits perfect in the middle of the chassis rails, and it's been held on with those metal bars that we use to put the solar panels up on the roof. Right, and here we come to the right side, to the freshwater tank. You can see the pipes for the gas tank here. So the fresh water tank is 80 liters, and it's the same method with the strips that we put on it, and it still holds on super tight. I don't know why we didn't cover this up. I just seen that. Oh god, that's gonna rub off eventually. That's not good. Okay, the freshwater tank is connected with a pipe, which is this one. Has been covered for winter purposes, and it goes up straight, which is on top of here is the kitchen. So it goes through the bottom up to the kitchen. Yeah, so that's that. That's what the outside looks like. We don't have any storage or anything outside, so it's just the grey and freshwater tank, the gas, and the spare tire. Right, and this is the back of the van. Right on top here, where's my finger? Right on top here are the solar panels. I'm going to turn around a little bit. And that's the cowl for the log burner. So you can see a little bit, that's the bars for holding the solar panels on top of there. I'm gonna put a picture up because I can't climb up right now, but there's the solar panels on top. And what else we got? We got a roller door, which is on the back here, rolled up already. Then we have the left is the boiler, which we have for now not connected the water to, since we still have to test it, but the gas is connected. And I have the gate up because my dog likes to lay in the sun, and I don't want him to run away, so therefore I have it up like that. And so you can still enjoy the sun, but you can't see much outside, unfortunately. So yeah, here we come to the back. We have some hooks up here to hang towels, to hang jackets, to hang the pipe for the fresh water to fill up. And then we have our little curtain for winter days, which we still need to change to the summer one to prevent mosquitoes and flies coming in. And that's the hook for the dog harnesses and everything dog related. And here we got the boiler. So what can I say to the boiler? I can't say much though. It worked last year until we made it go poof because of frozen temperatures, and we didn't realize we can drain it. We covered up the pipes, they were all fine, but then went bang inside, unfortunately. So yeah, there we have it. So we had to take off the connections and did not connect it yet because we haven't had the time to try if it actually works, because he fixed the hole, but we did not have time to connect it together and see if it works. So what else to say? It works usually pretty awesome. It's just getting a bit hot up here. We had to put it outside because obviously you cannot leave it inside without having anything going up through the roof to divert the heat and the steam. So yeah, that's that. So that's what we have it outside. It had to be on the outside anyways. It's a camping boiler basically that you can move around with. Yeah, so that's the outside. Not much to say to that. Just a little bit where we can have a seat, enjoy the sun, whatnot. Don't know why it doesn't focus. Here we go. So that's the doggy there. He loves to be outside, and here we come to the inside. Right, when you get in the door, we have a double door, which you can open and close as you wish. Like this. I like to have it that way because otherwise it's too dark, and I prefer to have the door open all the time just to get more light in. Right, so that's that. And there we come to the kitchen. As I mentioned before, that we have all the connections coming through the bottom, which is down here. Well, here's my food storage. Come to that in a minute. Right, so down here was the water pipe coming up, and water pump and accumulator and water filter and emergency stop and all that comes through there. Oh, little fly dead. And on that side is the rest of it. That side is the water tank, the fresh water tank level, so we can see how full the fresh water is. It's almost empty. So, and that's the back of it, with the grey water pipe going down here from the sink and accumulator. All the water pipes in the back too, so which we have here. Underneath the sink is like a normal household sink, but going down to the grey tank and the fire extinguisher. Right, so that's that. And then the storage that's leaving here is for rubbish bins. I like to separate my rubbish, so I have plastic and recyclables and rubbish there. And here we come to the sink. It's a pretty big sink, and I like to have it that big because I have a lot of big pots and pans that I need to wash up. So yeah, that's that. Now we have a little bit of food waste. I like to have not a lot of food waste storage, which means I have just a little box that I empty out every day, so otherwise it's too smelly. And how I do my dishes is that way. I have a foldable bucket type of style. I'm pretty sure you've seen those on Amazon or eBay or wherever you like to shop. They're foldable, and when I finish with this, I store it on those both ends. Very easy to store away. I'm not happy with this bottom bit, but that was the only one I could get at the moment when I bought this. So this is already over a year old anyway. And what else? Then I have my storage for my sponge and hand washing and the dishwashing liquid there. So that's all in that storage, so it can't come off. It's all velcroed down, so I don't have to remove it when I drive. The rest I have to. All this storage on the walls is strapped off with cord that I found when I was in my sewing days. So we strapped that all up, put holes through, so it's all tied together. And yeah, that's that. There's a bit of tea, there's our lighter to light up the stove, and storage here for now I use it for my toothbrush, but before I used it for my dog's foot box that I had when I had to wash his feet. It was a round one and I'm not using it anymore, so that's why I actually started to use that storage, or build that storage for it, but now it's a toothbrush holder. What else? There is the storage for tea. I've seen that on a lot of YouTube videos about camper van interiors that had storage like this, but in glass jars, and I wasn't really convinced about glass jars because they were so heavy. So what I did was buy what are these cracker jars with different flavors, and then you can simply unscrew them, and I put 2 screws in the bottom, and then they hold perfectly up there. Easy storage for tea. That's all I use it for on that end anyway. So the other storage down here is, we had a little gap left and we thought, oh, that's gonna be perfect fit for cutlery. So this is my cutlery storage here. We cut it off a bit because it was too big, and then we used some leftover seal to cover up the edges. So that's the storage for cutlery. I prefer to have it on the walls with a little bit of bag situation, because I don't like this. This feels like more like house living. But that was at the time the best solution, so I kept it that way for now. And down here we have a big box of pots and pans, which is coming in here. That's the storage for that. And then down here is the dry food storage, which is too heavy to put up in the cupboards, and therefore it's living down here in a big box. And then what we have here is all the cleaning equipment with broom, sweepy stuff, and sponges and sprays and everything. Plus, in the back here, when I take this out, is gonna be some oils that we need for the van if we need to refill something, like diff oil, or engine oil, or transmission oil, or anything like that. And then you have in the back here is the connection to, on this end, to the fan that I'll show you in a minute. And the other end here is for the gas. So the gas comes out here and comes up to the oven and stove. And this valve you can shut off and up and on and off if you want this closed or not, obviously for cooking and driving and whatnot. I usually use it for nights to shut it off, because obviously we have a manual one which is not very great. Right, look. Let's put back in here. Now we come up to the oven. I love teal, that's why I decided to have a teal oven and stove. They were brown before, like this color. Unfortunately I could not color this because it was burned into it, and therefore I had to use it that way. I know it's a bit filthy, I have to clean a bit. I haven't done the cleaning for this yet. Sorry about the shaking, not good of a steady hand right now. Right, so that's the interior. It's just a little cute oven, obviously dog hair in there. I live with dogs, that's what you have to live with. No matter how much you clean, you always have dog hair somewhere. So that's our little oven, works perfect for pizzas. I have not yet tried to cook or bake in it, so I don't know about that, but for pizzas it works okay. And then we come up to the stove, which is right here. I have 3 burners, which is alright. I'm using obviously this one the most. As you can see, it's 2 used already. I colored this one as well because that one was an ugly brown color and I just do not like it. So what I did is buy heat resistant paint and colored it all over. And after a year or so, it started to come off on the corners because we are on an edge and the water's always coming this way. So therefore this one's getting used the most and I have to recolor it. I hope I'm gonna manage very soon because I do not like the look of it. Yeah, so that's our stove working brilliantly. I'm absolutely happy with it. Unfortunately, I'm not happy with the middle because all the food that accidentally drops in it is just gonna stay there and it's really hard to get it out. That's the grill usually, but we decided not to get the grill going. We don't use the grill, we just use the oven instead. Right, so that takes us to the fan, which is hooked up on the wall here with a little hook, simple as. This is just a large computer fan. We use this for air intake or to take air out, really. Oops, it's already too windy. So what we do is when cooking, we pop the fan in here. Let me just demonstrate that quickly. Okay, so we pop the fan in here. And then we pull the window down so it's hooked in place, and then we switch the fan on and it sucks the air out while we're cooking so it doesn't go all up the cupboards. And if we want to have air intake, we're just going to turn it around and clip it back on, and then water air is coming in here that way. So it's another source of getting fresh air into the van or outside. So yeah, that's our solution for a ventilation system while cooking. And these obviously are boat windows, as you say, I think, which you open and close that way. And they're obviously not letting that much light in. It's very, very dark in winter, which I absolutely do not like. Right, what next? We have a lot of cupboard space over here and over here, which we connected in the middle with some more storage space with random stuff in it. That one had a strap. That one still has a strap, but it's fine for driving because I'm not like driving like a maniac, so nothing's falling out. So storage here is done in smaller boxes or baskets, and we have food storage up here that is not that heavy, so that can stay up there. There's fruit, there's crackers, there's nibbles like sweet. So that was the storage for my breakfast, like oats and everything. It's like in here and here. So these are the storages held together like with magnets down here, open and close. Unfortunately, we did not know, since it's our first van build, that the cupboard doors are gonna move with moisture and whatnot. So unfortunately it doesn't shut properly, and it stayed that way. It just moved and stayed that way. So what we have to do, it just holds on to one, and it's really fine when I'm driving, luckily, but to have more security, I keep using this one, the strap, to pull it off and then hook it on these two like this, and then fold it together, make a little zip, you know what I mean, and then that holds together while driving. Absolutely amazing. So that's that part. All the other cupboards look absolutely fine, except that just started moving out, unfortunately. But they all hold the same together, like these ones down here. Magnets. They're pretty strong still, so. And this is the storage for all Tupperware and dishes and towels and all that. Right, next thing. We have the storage here for my beauty products, I'd say, and some miscellaneous stuff. And then we come to the spice racks. Spice racks and old batteries that I have to order. Yeah, random stuff here and there. So this is an all together spice rack, but with random stuff in between. Yeah, I'm not into cooking really at the moment, but I need some spices to spice up my food. And this up here, the cupboard, is full of my clothing. It's very messy, so therefore I'm not going to show anything. It's just too embarrassing. Okay, next thing is obviously the temperature scale. And then we come to the storage of this area. So what we have is the fridge. There's a long table situation, which I tried to extend, obviously, to make a lot of space, because that's the only space we have to put stuff on. I decided to have a big fridge, which we like, have a look at this way. It's a large fridge. It's a very large fridge. It's yeah, let's have a look inside quick. There's not much in there. It's a lot of storage space, and I wanted to have a top loader basically, because it's more efficient than having a front loader for the cool to come out and for it to run. And yeah, it worked out pretty good for now. The only problem we have with this fridge is that when we want to stock stuff in it, it just is not possible. If you want to get something from the bottom, you have to take everything out first, and it's just too exhausting to actually restack and stack and restack and stack. It's just not fun. So that's the only negative point of it, unless you have boxes that fit exactly how you want them, to take out just the boxes and take the stuff that you want out of the boxes and put it back in. So yeah, that's the only negative point. Then we come to the temperature regulator for the fridge, which is this thing. So I put stuff over it. I don't know why it doesn't focus. I put stuff over it because at night it's very bright green light on there. So I put some tape over it to make it less bright. It's like you have a green light on somewhere. It's not fun. So that is obviously the fridge plug, and that plugs into this regulator, and then it plugs into the charger cable situation, which is going behind here, down the end, up here, sorry, up to the inverter, which is on the other end. So that works pretty good, and the cable for that is obviously in the fridge. I think you've seen that already. It's down here, stuck to here, and it's halfway in to regulate the temperature. And I've seen a video on that. It's not many videos out there for regulating freezers. Oh yeah, by the way, this is actually a freezer and not a fridge. That's why this whole situation is coming in here with the regulator. So that is actually a massive freezer. So we turned this into a fridge. I forgot to say that. It's all just too normal for me now to live like this. That's why I didn't mention it. Okay, so the next storage is the dog cupboard. So this cupboard is all just for dog stuff, which is dog bowls, apple cider vinegar for washing their feet and all that, and my bag and food and everything. So that is a massive storage for all the food, dog related situations. And next to it we have Snoopy's dog bed, which is kind of a bit of a mess right now. Right, his toy and his bed. That's his massive bed down there. And now we come to the log burner. Right, so the log burner, I don't know if I can continue doing the video if that's going on. Someone just started mowing the lawn out there, so I had to shut the door a little to be able to continue the video. Anyways, we come to the log burner, which is on here. We had to put it up on that level because of the dogs, because the space in here is just way too small to run around. And if the dogs wag their tails around the log burner when it's running, when it's hot, it's very dangerous. So we decided to put it up here. For some it seems possibly that it's way too close to the edges, to the walls, and it could be right, but that's why we put the fire resistant board here on both ends. And when it's running, there will be a board underneath here, which we have not managed to make permanent yet. Yeah, underneath there is the bits and pieces of the diff that we still need to fix. Right, so that's the log burner, that's the pipe coming up. I hope this year that we'll be able to replace this pipe, because obviously it's not the right pipe for this burner. It's just a massive pipe that is insulated, which is covering us for heat, because obviously it's very close to the back. And I really hope that we can fix that this year to be able to buy the right pipe for it. Anyways, there's some storage here for the fan. I did a review on that as well, if you want to check out the video. The fan helps to spread the hot air a little bit from the log burner when it's running, which is great. Right, that lifts up there. And right, about to say the log burner, what we say about that. It has a temperature scale as well, which is pretty handy to know how hot it is. It really is cool. It's from a camping store online. I'm pretty sure a lot of people heard of it by now. When we bought it, it was 150 bucks, and now I think I checked a couple days earlier recently that this thing gone up £20, so it's about 170 now. What else to say? Yeah, it's very handy, it's very light, it's 12 kilos, really good, and it's not that expensive for a log burner. It's the cheapest on the market, and it still works. So when did I buy it? Gosh, November 21, I think. November, December, yeah, we put it in December 21. So it's been lasting us about 2 winters now, roughly. So yeah, that's pretty good. And yeah, what else? Oh yeah, the reflection. We put the cheapest option that we could find, which was the foil, aluminium foil, for reflection of the heat, and it works really good. Okay, so next thing we have the bed. I'd like to have more light in here, but unfortunately they're mowing the lawn out there. So here we have the bed area, which is a king-size mattress. Works pretty good, absolutely amazing, really soft. And what else to say about it? We have 2 storage boxes up there. He's got just a sheet up there to lay out his phone on top, and I got a little box up there for bits and pieces. And then obviously we have another little round window up there. to let air in summer, to not boil to death during the night. And then here we come to the roof light. So this is our only roof light that we have to extract air. There is no fan to it, it's just a roof window. A bit too bright to see that now. And it's a manual operated. I love this window, just to go down and up. It really is cool. That way. For now it's up. There's usually a cover down here, which I'm gonna have to put in soon to prevent flies and mozzies coming in. And what else? Down here we have some more storage space, which holds the fan. That's the only reason why I put that basket there, to hold the fan up. This is basically our air circulator in winter. So that runs day and night in winter. Really good. This is just a camping fan for 40 bucks and rechargeable, which I'm charging when it runs 24/7. I'm charging this with the USB charger down here. At the moment we only have one plug working. That's a bit of a hassle, but yeah, trying to install a couple more so we're able to charge simultaneously phones and fan at the same time, which is probably going to happen soon because summer is coming and we need the fan running a bit longer. So then we have the only light switch in this van for the ceiling, which is this. And the lights are very cheap lights, LED operated, came in a pack of 6 for like $7, I think we got those. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And they take almost nothing on wattage, almost nothing. Yeah, so that's these lights. They're not very bright though, but they do something. And I was able to open the door again so we can have some more light in here. So there we come to the next light and last one in the van. So we have the kitchen light window, we have the bedroom window, we have the roof window there, and we have that window down here. So that's the only light sources I have in this van. As you can imagine, in winter it gets very, very dark. Yeah, so that's going to be open. What I did for summer as well, because I couldn't show that on the other one because that still needs doing. There's a fly net down here, as you maybe see that way. There's a fly net there to prevent mozzies coming in. And it works pretty good actually. It really works pretty good. It's been on there since I put it on there. Just simple fly nets for normal windows, and then I cut them out round and then put them on there and it sticks. Really good. Here's some more storage baskets. I really love them, that's why I bought so many of them. They were really cheap, £10 I think for 2. So yeah, it was absolutely amazing. Painted them black and white, and that's what we have. And obviously it has my dog's toys in here. Yeah, and now we come to some more storage. Here I use those boxes for my art supply when I feel like drawing. And some more storage for my dogs to play with. This doggy here loves to play with toilet rolls. So I keep saving toilet rolls so she can rip them apart like she does with this. Yeah, my dog loves to rip apart cardboard and papers and everything that way. So yeah, that's what she likes. Right, so we come to the storage up here, which is all sorts of clothing and bedding and everything. So it's a lot of storage. It's the same as the other cupboards. It has a line in the middle and storage with baskets and everything. And some more hooks to put some jackets up that we need every day and don't want to put outside, so we put them on the hook there. I should put some more hooks up, but for now we have that stuff there. Right, what else is happening is the couch. Here's my dog now on his bed. And she has that as her bed, so she stays with us on the couch. It's easier for her legs. What we had before was her own bed around this area. There was a square box and it was not enough big enough for her. There was always her head or her legs sticking out of the corner of the front, so we decided to get the couch area a bit bigger so she can cuddle with us or have her own space as she does now, and it's way easier to handle. Plus the couch can be moved out halfway to the middle and made into a bed, so we can even stay down with the dogs if we wish, which I did a couple of times or a few times already during winter when it was super cold and we were all freezing, so I was staying with the dogs to keep me warm and keep them warm, keep them covered. Right, so that's that. The couch is the same material as the mattress on the top there for the bed, so it's the same thing, but we cut it in half and made it a foldable couch basically. Okay, yeah, the mister down here. Then we have his water bowl, or their water bowl, in the middle here. We couldn't find a more suitable place. We wanted to put it into the bathroom, but it wasn't possible because they were just not wanting to drink in the corner, completely in the corner. So that's always in the way, unfortunately. Couldn't find a better place for it yet. So where we come through here is obviously the gap. There is a gap here going through to all the electrical situations, and then there's a gap here going to some more storage for bags, for the pump, for the tires, and for dog food, which is down here. So yeah, that's where I have the dog food. It's not an ideal situation because obviously it's just in the bag. I wanted to have a normal tupper box for dog food, and unfortunately I cannot find a specific size that fits in this area, which I can take out and in as I wish. That's very unfortunate. Therefore I thought, okay, I'll just leave it in the box for now. Alright, we have the what I call it the crawl through, because it is simply a crawl through. The hole one, we expected to have the hole as big as the inner wall, but we did not do it at the end. It's a very complicated story, but all I can say, we just decided to have it as big so we can crawl through and the dogs can walk through easy or comfortably. And we strapped it out with neoprene material, which can be wiped off easy if there's some dirt or anything that we want to wipe off it. And yeah, so that's the area in the front as I shown you earlier. There we go. And now we come to the storage. Oh yeah, this one here is actually to lift up the mattress during winter on the bed area, to be able to get it aired out, since when the mattress is laying down like you've just seen it, it's not possible to get air underneath the mattress and it gets all soaked and watered. So therefore we had to find a solution, which is that little board with a stick to push it up to be able to air it out during winter. It's a very big hassle. And here we have all the electric appliances that we need for, which is the inverter. Where's the inverter? Here's the inverter. There we go. It's a pure sine wave inverter, 2000 watt tops. Works perfect because it's just for the fridge to jump on, and it goes sometimes very high in the first few seconds, and therefore we decided to get the 2000 watt one. It's plugged in on the bottom, obviously. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Has some glitches sometimes. It makes alarms when you don't really expect it, and then it works properly again. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just a glitch. I have no clue. Then we have the monitor here, which we don't really use. We use the monitor down here, which is that thing. If it focuses, there we go. It's way more effective than the other one I just shown you. I don't even know the name of it. It says how full the battery is and how long you last and all the details to it. It really is amazing. So we're using this now. And all the rest of it, we have 4 batteries in the back here. You can't really see, there's one there, there's one there. So 4 110 amp batteries, which are getting powered with 2 massive solar panels of 600 watts. And still, we ran out last winter, as I had another video up if you want to watch that. We ran out last winter out of power because there wasn't enough sunlight. So there, up here we have a fuse box. Where is it? Where is it? Here. There's the fuse box up here. And that's about it. The power switch for the inverter, obviously. If I drive, I will switch this off because it gets alarms when I drive it. It doesn't like bumps and everything. So I switch it off when I drive. Right. I hope I forgot nothing in that area. If you have anything comment-wise, just let me know. So that is that area. Right, underneath the couch we have some more storage, which is dedicated this space to anything related to the log burner, wood and everything. So that is down here. Plus in the corner is planned to put a diesel heater to keep us warmer in winter when we can't put the log burner on. That is a plan hopefully happening this year. And the other side, anything miscellaneous for tools and tapes and everything that way. Right, that brings us to the last room. I have to turn around a bit. The bathroom, obviously, which is hiding behind this wall. I'm gonna have to switch on the light for that. Right, the light switch is over here. Oh, we have 2 light switches actually, not one, but that's the light switch for the bathroom. So what we got, first thing, is the cover for the front. I made that myself. It's just a simple cover. You can take off here. It's just hooked up with a little bit of, and I haven't used this door for quite a while, so therefore it's a bit. It's strapped on with magnets. That's why it's holding together pretty good. So that's the door for the bathroom, or it's just a curtain for it. That's that. And as you can maybe see, there's magnets here that I cut up, separate lengths, which are connected to the door like this. I keep saying door, it's a curtain. Yeah, so the curtain is gonna click on there to the magnets. They're a bit weak now for some reason. I might have to replace them. I got a bit more straps, so yeah, they usually get hold on like this. Anyways, get onto the inside. So that's the curtain. And now we have the bathroom. So I preferred to have the cheapest and the most glittery situation, which is that wall. I have to tell you, it was the worst decision I've made to have this bathroom filled with. I can show you on the walls, which is here. There are bumps in this wall that we unintentionally made. And this wall is like double walled, so it's easily bumpable, which is absolutely horrible. As soon as you have a little pump that you hit in the wall with, it just is making a hole in the wall. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And that's why it looks so weird with all the gaps and things in here. It's just like a little bump and it's already squashed in. It's just not fun. So it looks all a bit weird. But otherwise, I love the glitter of it. That's why I bought it in the first place, and it was super cheap. It was cheaper than everything else. And I didn't want to look just white bathroom. I wanted to have some bit better. So, a bit more color. So we have bought 2 baskets that we use for storage for everything. I have the shower head is obviously here, which I took apart for now, but I'm pretty sure you guys know that one. It's a very cheap one, very efficient, absolutely amazing shower head, super cheap. I think we got it for £3 back then. Don't know if you can still get it for that cheap. And that is the shower tab. We just open, the hot water is connected here, and regulated will be through the boiler with the hot water. So that's that. Hooked up there, but we experienced when we hook up that shower head up there, it will come down while driving, so we just left it on the side. And obviously for now we don't use the shower, so we use the shower floor for storage, for dirty clothes, for fresh water, for soil, for covering up the nasty bits. And here we come to the fan, extractor fan for the bathroom. So if we have a shower or if we have been to the toilet, the extractor fan goes on for a while to extract all the nasty fumes or steam from the shower. Some storage for toilet paper up there. I use some storage over there, but obviously when we use the shower we don't use the storage for toilet paper. There's a little storage here for miscellaneous stuff. And then we have the toilet. Here we have. So this is a compostable toilet. We made that ourselves, or I would have to give the credit to my partner because I was too stupid to build it. I'm just not as technically minded as he is. So that is that toilet. I will not open it for now. I just let you look at it like that. If you know composting toilets, how they work, then you know there is a separator comes in here, so you have the little business here, the big business in the back, and we have a 10-liter bucket in the back and a 5-liter 5-liter bottle in the front, and have to empty it regularly, obviously. So that's how that works, and it can be moved everywhere we want to, so that's a good thing about that. It can get wet because we obviously covered it with varnish, and this is recycled pallet wood as well. Right, so I think that's so much to say about the bathroom. Obviously it's a wet room, so that is it. Here we have the door again. Door from the back. My partner's very proud of the door that he made it himself. He basically built a van by himself and I just helped him. So that is the door, and then we come back out. So that is the tour. Right, so that is the tour of my little van and my 2 doggies. And yeah, I hope you liked it, and if you have questions about what I forgot to mention, I don't know if I forgot anything, I just went through and checked everything through. So if you have anything else that you want to ask me, or if there's anything unclear, or if you have suggestions about what could be made better, because I have a few suggestions for myself that I know I want to make better, and I just simply won't be able to right now. But I know I would like to have some improvements to the van. Main thing I forgot to say, obviously the van is not insulated. That would be the main thing I would completely redo if I would do it all over. Obviously I would insulate it, because one winter that I had last winter I would not do it again. And I'm not sure where I am going to be this winter, but I will not be in the UK because it's going to be too cold. Right, yeah, that's it. And I'll see you in the next video, whatever that's gonna be.